Have you visited a place and heard strange noises? Have you felt the strongest breeze in a particular room? Do you feel footsteps getting closer and closer? Banging on doorknobs? These are all signs of paranormal activity. And they are not only seen in the movies, they also exist in real life. Today, if you will dare to know the most haunted and terrifying places in the Philippines. The Manila Film Center, located on the southwestern edge of the Philippine Cultural Center complex in Pasay, continues to be a source of inspiration for horror writers and a popular site for ghost hunters and thrill seekers. On November 17, 1981, due to rushed construction and long hours of work, the fourth-floor scaffolding collapsed, trapping 168 workers in the quick-drying cement, becoming a fatal catastrophe. Various rumors surround the center. Stories continue within the walls of the center to this day. Stories of unexpected encounters with the deceased workers. Some claim that spooky and paranormal phenomena occur inside the theater, certainly a place that not many want to visit. Teachers Camp in Baguio City is also believed to be a popular haunted place. The rooms and cabins at Teachers Camp are rumored to be haunted and many horror stories circulate. Some say they can hear footsteps at night and see eerie shadows. It is said that there are a number of spirits that haunt the camp, and some of them are especially terrifying. One of the most frequently seen spirits is a lady in white. Another spirit that has been seen throughout the camp is that of a headless priest. He is just as mysterious as the white lady, but a bit more disturbing considering that he is seen without a head. One of the most feared spirits in the master's camp is known as the Love Sikigorot. This ghost supposedly follows any young woman it likes into the master's camp. Women have reported that this spirit has followed them back to the cabins they are staying in at the camp and will watch them sleep in creepy ways. It is believed that the reason this spirit follows these women is because he is lonely, hence his nickname Love Sikigorot. But perhaps the scariest of all is a blood-soaked woman who countless people who have spent the night at the camp have reported waking up at 3 a.m. and they have seen her as if she were taking care of them at the foot of her bed. Fort Santiago had been used as a detention center for centuries. Many stories have been told of torture and executions during the Japanese occupation by the notorious Kempeitai, the secret military arm of the Imperial Japanese Army. Several people lost their lives in prisons during the Spanish colonial period and in World War II. José Rizal, the Philippine national hero, was imprisoned here before his execution in 1896. To this day, many people believe that Rizal's soul lives on, still trapped inside the old prison. However, these stories are not unique in the annals of fort history. There are all kinds of stories floating about the old fort. As far as the walls are concerned, there is some basis for the stories. There are storerooms and curtains. The outer chambers are connected to the main wall in some cases by underground passages, or were before these tunnels were destroyed. When the wall was removed at the end of Calle, the inner chamber was found filled with human skeletons. In addition to the ghost of José Rizal, there are many other spirits believed to reside within the Fort of Santiago. Many of these are believed to be prisoners who were tortured and executed in the dungeons after the Japanese captured the fort during World War II. In addition, some visitors have experienced sudden and unexplained drops in temperature, disembodied voices, screams, and even being touched by unseen forces. 2 civilians who died inside the fort roam the facility. Built in 1920, the mansion was the home of the family of Mr. Roberto and Mrs. Victorina Laperle, one of the most entrenched clans in Baguio City. The house witnessed various terrors and horrors, from the mysterious deaths of every member of the Laperle family to the deaths and devastation caused by World War II. During World War II, the house was turned into a garrison, where Japanese soldiers brutally tortured and murdered many, including the Laperle family. It is alleged that there are ghosts, such as that of a girl who died in an accident running after her babysitter and the ghost of the babysitter who died in one of the rooms of the house. Some have seen a woman looking through glass windows. Some have heard angry voices and loud noises inside the house, even when it was completely empty. Others have claimed that they have this horrible feeling of not being welcomed and being watched. The history of the Diplomat Hotel Baguio dates back to 1911 when it was built by the Dominicans, initially as a seminary. With the outbreak of World War II, it became a camp for refugees escaping from the Japanese army. The Japanese secret police, the Kempeitai, committed horrific acts of brutality, massacring, raping and torturing many of the inhabitants, even beheading nuns and priests. In the 1970s, the war-torn building became the upscale Hotel Diplomat, but the hotel was closed in the 1980s and left derelict. Various folklore and ghost stories surround its faded gray and red walls. Many people saw headless apparitions at night and reported hearing screams, crying, banging on doors, and other strange and desperate noises. Some believe the building is haunted by the restless spirits of its shadowy history. The supposedly haunted ruin has drawn an influx of visitors, and the national government is rehabilitating the former hotel as a heritage and natural park. The hotel has 2 floors and an accessible roof deck with a panoramic view of the city, and its west wing has been cleaned up and remodeled as an event space. Many people say they see headless ghosts and hear screams. Others claim that a mysterious nun wanders the halls of the hotel, especially at night.
We are Dare Quiz, the channel for horror lovers. Don't forget to comment, subscribe and share with other horror fans.